Woo, just had to jump on this video topic really quickly. Well, hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate pun channel. So, essentially, today's great because it's the international break, and we all love the international break. God damn it, man. We all need international games, don't we? Oh, we weren't really having fun watching Bayern win every week. We just needed an international break to bore us to death. Great, thank you, world. So seriously though, this video is great because we can talk about summer targets that Bayern Munich are apparently looking at, players that we all think Bayern are looking at, and then at the end of the summer we'll end up with players that we didn't know anything about like Douglas Costa, Marc Roca, and Thiago Dantas. I think that's the case. So essentially though, there are a lot of things that are going to happen in the transfer window next year. It's almost as if Bayern Munich are a business that want to keep growing and developing, so we'll never really stop strengthening. We won't stop buying players just because we're good now. We have to avoid complacency. So I imagine Bayern will actually spend some money. Before I keep going though, subscribe to this video, man. Actually, you can't. You can subscribe to the channel, but not this video specifically. And leave a like on this video. And thank you to all the members that support this channel in that way. If you can, you don't have to. I don't really want you to like that, but if you can, click the join button and become a member. And yeah, there are a lot of cool perks. You get your name highlighted and everything. It's nice. So Dennis Zakari is the first player. I just put him as hot because I think everyone's talking about it right now. Not because I actually believe in the validity of the story. I don't think we'll sign Zakari. Now, he's a very good midfielder. In my opinion, he's just a more defensive, slightly less attacking, and offensive version of Leon Goretzka. He's actually just like that. He's energetic. He runs around, does his thing. He's a baller. He can dribble. He has a powerful, gritty thing about him. I think if Arsenal didn't sign Thomas Partey, this would be the perfect guy right here because he has the similar trait that Partey has with his offensive passes, but defensively also very competent. But I don't know why we're looking for him. I don't think he's necessarily a target. But someone did say, well, George, Javi Martinez's contract expires next year. To which I went, oh my goodness. 3 players? Come on. 3 players. Javi Martinez, Boateng, and Alaba. Their contracts all expire next year. What's with 2021 and trying to screw us over? My goodness, we might as well just bend over now and let 2021 put it in the backside, man. I hate it here. What do you mean? It would have been Thiago. At least he left and we got some money from that. And now it's Alaba and Boateng and Javi Martinez. So when Javi leaves next year, I don't think he'll get an extension. I think he'll go back to Athletic I don't know the club name. He'll go back there as a free agent and he'll enjoy it because he has to. So in that case, someone said, well, George, we need a midfielder. To which I went, what about Marc Roca? Mark Elon Musk Rocket? What about him? Yeah, I feel like Rock is just going to fill the gap. And Thiago Dantas. And they were like, well, George, we need a big midfielder. And I was like, oh, we could just play Kouassi in there. Yeah, Kouassi, he can play midfield like he did for PSG. Almost like that big old anchor in there. So there are very few reasons why we'd get Dennis Zakari. If we were to get a midfielder, I'm not sure. I mean, we're even looking at Florian Nahus from Mönchengladbach as well. So it's so odd to me why we're looking at Dennis Zakari and Nahus and all these midfielders. When in reality, I don't think we need a midfielder. Even Kimmich's injured right now. And what about Tolisso? I totally forgot about him because I keep thinking Tolisso left us. He's still here. Yeah, what about him, right? You can't just account for that. Yeah, Tolisso, you have Goretzka, you have Kimmich, you have Kimmich, you have Thiago Dantas, Marc Roca. Those are 5 midfielders. And then Javi Martinez is still here, but when he leaves, 5 midfielders for 2 positions. In my opinion, that's good enough. 5 players for 2 positions. I'm someone that preaches we need depth. We need depth. But we do have depth in midfield, and we don't need more midfielders. Baller, man. Dominic, welcome to Bayern Munich. You're not a target. You're already here. Target acquired, baby. Mission accomplished. We won't get him next time because we got him this time. All right? He's amazing. Jabozley, for me, is a very good baller. Now, first of all, I think if we sign Szoboszlai, we better be prepared to be loved by all of Hungary because they love him. They think he's Ferenc Puskás. My goodness. And that's what we need. That's the energy we need, man. That RB Salzburg energy. We need to buy their players. Because if you think about it, Salzburg's business model is around getting young players and giving them an attractive proposition of playing for them. And they can leave at a relatively cheap price. They won't be outpriced out of a move like Dortmund do, for example. Borussia Dortmund will take a young player, develop them very quickly to an extraordinary height at such a young age, and then they'd sell him off for 70 million, 80 million, 150 million with Dembele, Sancho with 120 million or something crazy like that when they sell him. Haaland's going to be 70 plus million. So that's essentially what Dortmund do. But Salzburg are different in the sense that because they're in the Austrian Bundesliga, they're not offering competitive Champions League, Bundesliga, they're not offering that global reach that Dortmund do. They allow their youngsters to go at a relatively cheap price. Look at Haaland, for example. He left for like 15 or 20 million. No one could believe it except me because I understand business. For the young players, not getting priced out of a move is so good for them because they can move on anytime. And then at the same time, they can continuously develop under the realms of Salzburg's footballing crazed model. I don't know. So that's why Szoboszlai is such a good option for us. One, he's actually at a very good team. Lucas Hernandez said something very interesting today. I always knew this, but him saying it again just made me feel great about myself and feel smart. So Lucas essentially said at Atletico, they never had the ball, and he's improving technically. He's improving at passing and doing the basics, dribbling out of the back. He's improving those things because at Atletico Madrid, you never got to do that. And with his French national team, he never really got to unlock that side of his game because France are also another pragmatic team. So for me, I feel like buying players from systems that are similar to yours is always a perfect idea. That's why Roca needs time to adjust, because Roca is coming from Espanyol. Espanyol weren't expected to dominate games like Bayern are. Oppositions and their fans, their players, their managers, their owners, their supporting members, every single one, their board of executive directors, I don't know, every single person from our opposition's club knows we're supposed to dominate the game. Even if you're PSG, you know Bayern are supposed to dominate because right now we are the best team in the world. So with Espanyol, Atletico Madrid, teams that play pragmatic styles for one reason or the other. Atletico because it works. Espanyol because they were getting relegated and they weren't that good technically. So Roca needs time to adjust because he's coming from a different system to Bayern and he needs different traits. I don't think it's necessarily about his ability. I think the reason why Roca isn't playing is because he needs to get that trait, that I can dominate trait. It's a mentality thing too. And that's the same thing that happened to Lucas. It wasn't just his injuries, but I feel like Lucas didn't fit into our team just yet. He was still trying to fit in and get that mentality. And he got it. And again, it helped him tremendously. And Szoboszlai is a different case because Salzburg play exactly like us, pressing and high-intensity football. And that's exactly why I think he'd be such a perfect signing. And we got to see him do it against Liverpool and against big teams, good teams as well. So that's why I really like Szoboszlai because he's coming from a similar system into another system that's reminiscent of that. I don't think we play exactly like them, but there are similar philosophies, pressing high, attacking, possession, essentially similar things. And if you could argue, he'd be a better purchase than Kai Havertz for Chelsea because he's coming to a similar system, whereas Kai Havertz was leaving a different system, going to a different system. And I don't know, man. 20 million sounds like a damn bargain to me. It just depends, though. Do people see Szoboszlai as a backup winger or as a backup attacking midfielder? Because I think he's a starter if his career path goes according to plan. So are we buying him to long-term replace Muller? Maybe. I think so. But he could also play as a winger, so he'd be pretty damn useful, especially if Douglas Costa leaves. I think he'd be perfect to buy. But yeah, Szoboszlai, there. Man, I used such a lengthy explanation. I did not need to make it that deep. Okay, here comes Tariq Lante. My goodness, he's Ghanaian, isn't he? I'm sure he is, because Bayern want him. And we want all the Ghanaians. Sami Kufo, we wanted him. We wanted Callum Hudson-Odoi. And now we want Tariq Lante. So I'm convinced we want a Ghanaian as soon as possible. Preferably a good one. So Lante is an interesting prospect because I don't think most people think we need a right back. No, actually, a lot of people would probably say no, we don't need a right back. But if we were linked to one, they would be all over it. As always, that's how football fans are. You can't blame people for jumping on bandwagons, I guess. So for me, I think we need a right back. When we were buying Bonasa, I was like, okay, yeah. I wasn't thinking Philipp Lahm. I lowered my expectations. Everyone heard the video. I said he's a stopgap. He's a panic buy. He was. Let's be honest. We weren't linked to him. We didn't even know who he was before we signed him. They just announced him out of nowhere. We watched some clips and we were convinced he was Cafu or Philipp Lahm's reincarnation. So I guess to a certain extent we got sold on Bonasa, but I never really thought he was going to be our right back. I thought he was going to be a stopgap for maybe 2 years or a year and a half. I don't know, or a year. I think we need a right back though. Someone that solidifies that position. That's why I wanted Dest so bad. I didn't just want Dest because we needed a backup right back. I wanted a right back that could be world class. We don't have a world class right back apart from Kimmich. And don't come at me with Pavard. No, he's not a world class right back. He's not even the best right back in our team. If everyone wanted to play right back, he'd be top maybe 3. I don't know. Yeah, but I think we need to just get a right back. Lante's name, we heard it a lot, and I think we might be looking at him like seriously to bring him in, but I'm not sure. Like genuinely not sure. How would we bring in 3 right backs? I mean, there's Remy Vita, right? He's a left back in our second team, but it annoys me so much because he'd be so perfect if only he had a right foot and played right back. Oh, he'd be perfect. Yeah, and he's 19, and he already plays for us. But I guess he's a left back. Oh, man. Imagine if Remy Vita was a right back. Well, there is also Sanyang. Damn, what a weird name. Yeah, it just sounds weird in my head. Sanyang. Yeah, Sanyang. We got him from Hoffenheim this summer or last summer. Well, it feels like a long time ago. Yeah. We got him this year. I know that for sure. He's doing it in the under 19s, and yeah, he's playing very well. He might be in the under 17s. Yeah, but I assume he'll get the promotion to Bayern Segundos, and we can start seeing him more. I don't know, man. There's so many pieces of options that, I mean, things could come together. What if Sanyang is the next Davies? But I think we need a right back. I don't know who it is. I think Lamte is a favorite for the position since we didn't get Dest. I don't really think Max Aarons was that solidified. I don't think the interest was ever that solidified, man. Yeah, but we should have more money. One, we should have made better deals with our sponsors, I'm assuming. And we should have known how to manage the situation with COVID and the ramifications financially for that. So we should have more money. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia San Mia and peace.